the economy is having a very real impact on our cities, our counties, and our states, and the budgets and the services we deliver.
Local Assemblyman Nathan Fletcher today on the campus of UCSD. And
what does the regulatory environment look like? What does the workforce training and education environment look like?
Last August in La Jolla at a biotech firm called Sapphire Energy. That's when it was announced that Fletcher, who's also running for San Diego mayor, would chair a select committee on job creation for the new economy. The first hearing was held in October in Los Angeles, the second today at UCSD. And while we're on a university campus, one of the troubling issues involves education.
We heard again about the workforce issue, that there's 5,000 to 10,000 engineering jobs open today, but we don't have an education system producing the workers we need for the economy of today. And this repeats what CEOs from companies have been telling me for the last 6 months, which is why we talk about making education such an important issue, because it's an economic issue. The world has changed, our education system hasn't, it's got to catch up.
Another issue. There's no shortage of innovative ideas in California, no shortage of entrepreneurs. But taking innovation and turning it into production is the challenge. Fletcher talked about a sense of urgency today, and not just because of the economy. It's also because of the speed at which everything moves globally. If we don't act quickly, he said, someone else will.
The urgency at which technology is advancing, but also the urgency at which other states and other countries and other regions are trying to compete for what we have here.
And speaking of states such as Texas, which have streamlined the process.
Well, in Texas, there's a major computer manufacturer in Austin that needed to expand their facility. Austin put the office of the building inspector in the company's office, current office building, to make sure that all the inspections and all the regulatory stuff was handled on the new building that they were building. Austin has a Chamber of Commerce outlet somewhere in LA County or Orange County. Somewhere here in California, Austin, Texas, opened up a Chamber of Commerce office.
2 hearings so far. The input: streamline regulations, revamp the tax code, and upgrade the education system to provide a workforce that is, we heard it, modernized. Sandra?
So much talking, Ed. So what happens at the end of these hearings? Is this just going to be another report out of Sacramento?
I talked to Fletcher about that, and his feeling is essentially reports are for shelves. He mentioned again a sense of urgency. They're going to take this information and start working on legislation. By the way, Jones told me that in Texas, every 10 years they review all the state agencies and commissions involved in regulations, and if there's overlap or some of what's going on is outdated, they act accordingly.
Interesting. Well, we'll be following this closely. Ed, thank you for that.
Coming up on the KUSI News at 6:30, Governor Brown's